Slumdog Mamdani has a 4-point plan. He hasn't laid it out, but I know what it is because it follows a playbook that we've seen time and time again around the world, Dearborn, Michigan, you name it. Here's how it works, the 4-point plan. It starts with make it miserable for everybody who is not an Islamic to live in the city. So you start with things like leaving the garbage out, something that doesn't bother the Middle Eastern person because that's the way their countries operate. But the rest of us, that's not our culture. Make it miserable. Tax the wealthy, tax the middle class, tax the white people. Ignore the normal cultures of the Catholics, of the Jews. Ignore all of that. Pretend as if it doesn't exist. Don't give it any validation as he just did. That's number one. So what happens is that people start to say, I can't stay here anymore. It's just not worth it. And so what happens is people sell their properties or they abandon their properties. They take their businesses to other states, other cities. And what winds up happening is that it all starts to collapse. That's phase two. Depress the area financially. Strip the jobs. Bring down the value of the homes and buildings that can't be rented, that are unoccupied, and therefore what used to go for $10,000 now goes for $2,000. What used to go for $3,000 now goes for $700. So you depress the area financially. More people are now on the government teat. That's phase two. Phase three is that when you start to have this miserable, crime-ridden city filled with garbage and empty buildings because all the normal people and the job creators and the respectable New Yorkers leave, now all of a sudden it becomes a magnet for all the Islamics to come to. And they all come in there and they're buying up real estate cheap. They're renting real estate cheap. They're basically living off the government like we see happening in Minneapolis with the Somalis. And then that is phase three, where the inundation becomes nobody ever wants to go back in there. Everybody points to it. It's a great news story like Dearborn is or like Epic City is down in Texas. And then that's what happens to New York, just like it happened to the UK. They don't give a rat's ass. They're happy. They now have the biggest real estate in the country. And phase four, they declare victory and they rinse and repeat.
The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam